The Division I Women's Soccer NCAA tournament bracket has been released, and I'll put that in the description below so y'all can see it. And the first round games are November 15th, 16th, or 17th, one of those 3 days. The round of 32s and the Sweet 16 games will be played on November 22nd and 24th. Elite Eight games November 29th or November 30th. Semifinal games December 6th, and December 9th is the national title game. And the semifinals and the finals, by the way, will be in Wake Med at Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. All the times listed here are on Eastern, and the championship games on ESPNU, as well as the semifinal games. Like the semifinal games are 5 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. And they will play golden goal in overtime, by the way, and they will also play penalty kicks if they need to. So we're going to wait and see what happens from here. I will recap the first round games a week from now. Then the following weekend, after those second and third round games, I will recap it. Same thing goes for the Elite Eight games, but semifinal games, I'm more like going to go like what happened during the game than previously, and the same thing goes for the national championship. Just a heads up there down the line. Now I'm going to start with the top left corner of the bracket, and like I said, all these times listed here are in Eastern. The 1 seed Duke will take on Howard at November 15th at 6 p.m. The 8 seed Texas Tech will play LSU on November 15th at 8 p.m. The 5 seed North Michigan State will take on Western Michigan at noon on November 16th. The 4 seed Texas will take on Boston University on November 15th at 7 p.m. Apologize for readjusting there. And as you could tell, the 1 seed Duke, assuming they get through, the highest ranked team or the best ranked team will play at their home field for the second and third round games. And obviously, if the 1 seed Duke goes all the way to Elite Eight, they're hosting, assuming they get through to Sweet 16. So that's that. Okay, the 3 seed Iowa will take on Missouri State November 15th at 7 p.m. The 6 seed Georgetown will take on Fairfield at November 16th at noon. The 7 seed Virginia Tech will take on Tennessee on November 17th at 1 p.m. The 2 seed UCLA will take on Cal Baptist at November 15th at 9 p.m. So as you can tell, assuming UCLA gets through, they will host the second and third round games, but they will not host the Elite Eight game. The only way they're going to host the Elite Eight game is if Duke were to lose. So I'm going to just go over this the other side, the bottom left corner of the bracket here, real fast. Like the 1 seed Florida State will take on Sanford at November 15th at 5 p.m. The 8 seed Vanderbilt will take on Lipscomb at 15th at 8 p.m. The 5 seed TCU will take on SFA on November 15th at 8 p.m. The 4 seed Penn State will take on Stony Brook at 6 p.m. Like the 3 seed South Carolina will take on the East Carolina November 15th at 6 p.m. The 6 seed Minnesota will take on South Dakota State on November 15th at 7 p.m. The 7 seed BYU will take on Santa Clara on November 15th at 8 p.m. The 2 seed North Carolina will take on UC Upstate November 15th at 6 p.m. So, assuming Florida State gets through like the Sweet 16 game, they will host the Elite Eight game. No, that's the way it is. And the 2 seed North Carolina, assuming they get through, will host a round of 32 and a Sweet 16 game. Like, they're going to host no matter what. It's more like, are they going to play that day? So, I mean, if they win the round of 32, they're going to be technically the home team and not like, oh, there's a neutral site versus a neutral site. So, the 1 seed Mississippi State will take on Southern University November 16th at 6 p.m. November 15th at 4 p.m. Utah State, the 8 seed, will take on Washington. The 5 seed Kentucky will take on West Virginia November 15th at 7 p.m. November 15th at 7 p.m. Notre Dame, the 4 seed, will take on Milwaukee. The 3 seed Stanford will take on UC Santa Barbara November 15th at 9 p.m. November 16th at 5 p.m. UConn will take on the 6 seed Rutgers. The 7 seed Pepperdine will take on Cal November 16th at 3 p.m. The 2 seed Arkansas will take on We'll play Oklahoma State at November 15th at 7:30 p.m. So as you can tell, Arkansas and Oklahoma State should be, as long as they win their games, they're going to host a Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight games. Sweet 16 have ran at 32 games, and obviously the highest seed available will be able to host the Elite Eight game. Now, last part of the bracket here. The 1 seed USC will take on Sacramento State on November 17th at 5 p.m. The 8 seed St. Louis will take on Kansas on November 15th at 8 p.m. The 5 seed Wisconsin will take on Maine November 15th at 8 p.m. The 4 seed Virginia will take on Princeton at November 15th at 7 p.m. The 3 seed Ohio State will take on James Madison November 15th at 6 p.m. The 6 seed Auburn will take on FIU as the Florida National University November 15th at 7 p.m. The 7 seed Georgia will take on Colorado November 15th at 4:30 p.m. The 2 seed Wake Forest will take on Morehead State November 15th at 6 p.m. So as you can tell, if it goes to draw, like USC is going to host the Elite Eight game, if they could get there, of course, because you never know what happens in these NCAA tournament games here. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later on the road to 7 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more. So my money out this course. Like video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button. Ring the notification bell as well.